Right, there you go. Bonjour, Graham. How you doing, mate? That's the one, man. More live view. Sorry I couldn't stick around, Yamez. Had to, get all of my morning routine out of the way before I could go live myself, so. But I did stick around to see you do the twist. Yeah, I'm good, Graham. I'm good. Back to work. Back to work. No rest for the weary. Hey, Daniel. How's it going, guys? All the hand sanding. This won't be a hand sanding stream, I promise. Well, it will for now, but it won't stay that way for long. Let's put it that way. Just have to do away with all of the 400 grit scratches on this blade. Yeah, man, it's always a struggle, isn't it? Making decisions. Hey, Wolfpack. Yeah, too many decisions. In this stream, I plan to have 2 blades gluing up with the handles. By the time it's time to break for lunch, at least. Already glued up the ski and do. That's sitting in the shed. We'll take that out of the clamp today in a little bit. And any of you who were on the live stream yesterday probably saw me glue up the butt plate on the deer antler handle. Yeah, fair enough. You smushed the like button, Daniel. Thank you very much. Always appreciated. Smash that smoosh button. So much dust and stuff on my bloody table. Might end up doing another 2 live streams today, or do this one and another one, depending on how things go. You guys are going to get really upset when I go back to my usual broadcast schedule. Where's all the live streams? I have to make up excuses just to have live streams. Looks like I got rid of them all. Well, that's good. That's the best angle. There it is. It's always hard finding the right angle for the light. One of the first projects out of the gate when Knife Show is over is I have a Brokeback C-Axe to make for a client. So that should be fun. I'll do a video series on that one. And after all the lines that Yelmez was doing, I don't think he's going to be relaxing anytime soon. Relaxing's not on the schedule. Yep, no worries, mate. Oh, gee. I ain't going nowhere. Wonder if we'll be graced with the presence of our wonderful friend Valhalla Ironworks. Today. Oh, of course. Roy goes live at the same time I do. Well, there goes half my audience. Oh, funny. Not a requirement, Yamas. You can jump over to Roy's stream if you like. He's probably more entertaining than me at the moment. I just find it funny. I feel like, Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray. Don't cross the streams! Don't cross the streams! It's alright. Guaranteed I'll be streaming after Roy's gone. He merely adopted the stream. I was raised by it. Molded by it. I haven't seen a super chat. Yeah, well, Roy's a busy man. Well, I mean, you suppose you could watch both at the same time if you had multiple devices to watch them on. And multiple accounts, because I'm not sure if you can watch two different streams on two different things on the same account. But you could try. Yeah, I've never heard Roy sing, so I couldn't comment as to whether or not he can out-sing me. Though, as talented as that man is, I would not be surprised. If he could. Alright. That's the handstanding portion of this video done for now. Might have to come back and do some more handstanding later. Take that edge off. Got a little bit of 2-inch bite on this one. That's okay, it happens. 2-inch bite happens. To anyone with a 2-inch grinder, at least. Hello! Yeah, I just saw that. We were just talking about it. I was like, well, there goes half my audience. Or like, more than half. Yes, you are a mod. You are my first moderator on my channel. Hey, Billy. Well, yeah, that's one of the one of the things. Yeah, Yamez is still here. God knows why. It's masochist, I think. Back in two, guys. Need to pull an Alex Steele and make myself a shopper holder. Yeah, yep, we were talking about that earlier. Shoot. This is true. I myself got my start in solid fuel. So, for Sanmai, well, I mean, yes and no. Inclusions are a risk if you're not doing billet prep properly. And that's true of whether you're doing gas forge welding or solid fuel forge welding. If you're not doing your proper billet prep, if you're not, preparing the material properly, then you're going to get inclusions. You're going to get oxidization between the layers, and then you're going to end up with a bad weld. And that's true of, pretty much anything, as I said. So the main trick to getting good Sanmai welds, I actually did some Sanmai in my forge welding live stream a little while back, is to ensure that A, your pieces are clean, like nice and very clean. B, you want to make sure that your welding surfaces are almost completely touching. Like, if you can get as flat as you can get them and mashed together. If you have a welder, then I highly advise welding your pieces in place, because the more secure you can make the pieces before you go to weld, the better. I also advise welding in the middle of the billet, down the sides of the middle of the billet, if you're using relatively thin material, because the thing about the way steel reacts to heat is that it expands, and if you're using relatively thin material, anything up to about 6 mil, the centers will bow away from the middle billet. So you'll get this kind of, oval shape on the outside with a straight bit in the middle. And that's what normally lets the coal dust or charcoal dust in to the billet and creates those voids. So your best bet is to either use thicker pieces of material or to put two little lines of weld. So you got your weld at the front, your weld at the back where the handle is, and then just put two lines of weld, one on either side of the middle of the billet, to ensure that the billet stays in contact during the welding phase. It also helps if you're using coal, if you're using proper anthracite or bituminous coal. Okay, so I have done hot dog in a bun. It's a relatively difficult process, as you've probably noticed from trying to do it yourself. Yeah, fair enough. All good, all good, yeah, miss. Yeah, so the main issue with hot dog in a bun weld is obviously if you're cutting into the billet with a hot cut and creating the channel, which is then creating the void, that you're going to potentially get forge dust in there. The best way to avoid that is to, when you create your bit, when you create your the piece of tool steel that you're going to insert, make sure that you make teeth on the back of the bit. So you bevel the bit on the back end. So yes and no. I mean, you can do both. I have done both. The thing with the hot dog in a bun is that you want to preheat your hot dog, your bun. Sorry, yeah. So you want to preheat the bun. Scrub it out with a wire brush really well. Cut some teeth into the back end of your tool steel bit. So bevel the back of the bit and then get a cold chisel and chisel straight in at a kind of 60-degree angle-ish or 45-degree angle, and then turn the chisel around so that the tooth that's originally sitting, if this is the top of the billet, the tooth will start sticking up like that, but then you want it to kind of angle outwards a little bit. And that way it's going to bite into the hot steel of the bun. When you bring that out of the forge, give it a scrub, chuck your tool steel bit in there with a bit of flux, and then mash it down on those teeth, and that holds the piece in place. And that's the easiest way to make sure that it's not going to slip out during forging. Then when you come to do the weld, you want to throw the billet in. Obviously you want to throw it in sausage up. So tool steel bit up, because the mild steel, if you're using mild steel jacket, then the mild steel, it doesn't matter if you burn it, but if you burn the tool steel, you're in trouble. So you want to throw it in bottom first, so bun first. Let that get up to close to welding temperature before you heap on fresh coal or fresh coke or fresh charcoal, whatever you want. And let that start to get up to heat. Once you've got a full heat on the billet, mash it together, and obviously work from the back forward. So you want to work from, say where your slit is. If you've got the tool steel bit sitting in the slit, when you lay it on its side, you want to work from the thin section out to the thick section. Because if you hit the outward section first, what happens is instead of doing this, it does this. And you end up with a nice big pocket of, schmutz, of oxidization. And that's true of when you're doing it in the gas forge as well. If you hit the outside lips first, then you'll close off all of the nasty crap inside the billet. And then, therefore, you're going to have inclusion. So what you want to do is work it slowly from the back end and kind of make it roll together to get it to completely forge weld. And that has also the added advantages as you're closing it, it's squeezing out all of the flux, which is probably carrying most of the nasty crap with it. It's a technique that takes a lot of practice, but it can be done. Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be too dirty. Like if you're getting bits of clinker and stuff like that on it, then you're obviously not using charcoal. You're using briquettes. But as far as like ash and stuff like that, that's kind of unavoidable. Yeah, ash is unavoidable on a charcoal fire. But the thing is that ash will melt in borax. So if you're fluxing properly, then you shouldn't have an issue with ash buildup in your weld surface. Yes. Yes, really. Because molten borax is just boric acid. Pretty much. You don't want to overflux. You don't want to, have a giant puddle of flux in the bottom of your charcoal forge, especially if you've got a bottom-fed tuer, because that tuer will clog up really badly and you melt your. Yeah, yeah, that's the one. But yeah, so if you have a bottom-fed tuer, it can be really bad for your forge. Also, um, flux, as a general rule, borax especially, will melt your forge walls and floor. That's why I have a sacrificial forge floor in all of my. Yeah. That's why I have a sacrificial forge floor in my gas forge, is because I can remove that sacrificial floor and replace it without having to replace the whole lining of the forge. Because, yeah, the borax will kill it fast. Alright. So that's ready. Yeah, fair enough. Whatever works. Hey, V-Man, how you doing, buddy? Yeah. I haven't had much luck with that, running at the higher temperatures. It tends to melt on me. Well, I'm happy to provide any advice I can. If anyone has any questions. I'm always interested in improving the overall knowledge of the community. If I can. I am by no means the master of any of this. I can only speak to my own experience, so if I don't have any experience, you're going to get, I don't know. I have no idea. Ask someone who does. Ask Roy. He'd probably know. But no. So yeah, that I have had a little bit of experience in, and that is what I've found to be the best approach. Yeah, fair enough. I've found that there are a lot of people who have a lot of opinions on things that don't turn out to be correct. Well, yeah, that's because it doesn't have a lot of, heat control. It's like that Lanco 150 high temperature mortar you can get from Bunnings. That stuff will melt at standard forge welding temperatures. So it's not advisable for that to be used in a forge. I found that out the hard way. I have actually aligned my charcoal forge recently with Satanite. I found that it shrinks quite a bit in under the heat, but it holds up to the heat really well. Yeah, it holds up to the heat really well. The only thing is it will shrink. So it cracks quite easily. So there's a lot of cracks in my forge. But otherwise it's fine. Okay, I think we're ready. Yesterday's butt plate. All glued up, solid. So we've got to glue these up. So yesterday in my stream labeled burning up, because it was friggin' hot and I was burning this in, we mounted mounted this onto this. For some reason it doesn't fit properly anymore. Nope, it's definitely this way. There we go. Should probably do a rough fit of that. Always rough fit before you final fit, because yeah, things can go horribly wrong really fast. So yeah, we'll be going out to the workshop and gluing up this and this, ready for the show. And then I think I'm going to be out of glue, so I'm going to have to go to Bunnings and get some more. But that's okay. Road trip time. Yeah, so that's glued up really nicely. I like that. So that's the plan. To the workshop. Huzzah. That. All right. Get to walk out into the bright sunny day. Alright. Yeah, I know it burns. Oh, the light, it burns. Alright. Light on the subject though. Okay. Clink. Clink. Okay. So first, coil of water. I've got to check fit on the guards. Got a copper rod, copper pipe. It's been heavily mushroomed from use. I like to have my guards be a nice tight fit. Yeah, man. This vise is old. Nice tight fit up. Gapless. That's what we want. Okay. Okay. Gonna have to lung up. Got a bit of grinding to do. That'll do it. Maybe not. Come on. That'll do. Okie dokie. So, time for glue on that one. Where's my other one? That one. No, it's not being. Oh, yeah, it will be. Yeah, it will be pinned. Yeah, well. Yamaka. Yeah. Well, this is true. Perfect. Like a glove. All right. Time for glue. Yo. Yep, like I suspected, most people are buggered off to Roy's stream. Not the loyalists, yeah, well. I appreciate my single loyalist. Does that make the other ones royalists? Haha. You're not allowed to make fun of my jokes. I made you a moderator. You now have to, sycophantically laugh at everything I say. I've gifted you the almighty Banhammer. The first of its ilk on this channel. Might actually have enough glue to do both handles. That'd be nice. Nom nom. There's the squeeze out. So, time to clamp. Give them the clamps, clamps. God damn it. I knew that was going to happen. Tip stays straight. That's nice. Hey, look, a dagger. Glue everywhere. All right. Well. To burn. All right. 0 degrees. Awesome. How's it going, No Way? Appalachian Mountains. My jealousy meter's going up, mate. That's funny, because the first time I go to the States will be for business too. But the boss has told me I'm allowed to have some time off to explore. All right. That's one. Gluing up. Oh, I didn't acetone the tang on that one. Oh well. Don't think it's entirely necessary on that one, to be honest. There you go, that one's acetoned. You're an acetone. Wonderful thing about this long working stuff is that you can mix up multiple batches. Let it all congeal at the bottom. There we go. Give me the blade. Now, the downside for this one is that I don't have clamps that are capable of clamping the blade as well. So I'm going to have to clamp the wood and the guard. Now, doing this implies some risk because one of the things that can go wrong is that the blade can come free of the guard a little bit, and you end up with a poor blade guard fit up. But that's why I like compression fitting my guards, is because there's less likelihood of a bad guard fit up if you do this. There's no guarantee. Yeah, no, the stuff I use, stuff I use is 3-hour set. Yes, it's something I really want to do. Yeah, no, I really want to get those silicon epoxy mixing sets, unfortunately. Moonay. That'd be nice. I'm waiting for one of the silicon muffin trays that my missus owns to bust, and then I can steal that. Because it's exactly the same stuff. All good, mate. Don't bother. Got so much glue lying around the place. Well, there you go. Yeah, fair enough. Do that. Happily take your advice on whether it's worth it or not. But the dagger is done. All glued up. Though that being said, I want to take a file to the guard edge right there. You can see how it sticks out from the guard, where it sticks out from the handle, whereas that side doesn't. So I'm going to take a file to this, file it back a little bit, sand it again, and then buff it again. So, but otherwise, yeah, came out all right. First of many to be finished. We'll go inside and do this while I'm thinking about it. And we'll probably go back out to the workshop and start working on that kitchen knife handle. Because fortunately, kitchen knife handles tend to be relatively quick to make. Especially my style. Although I'm going to have to make a copper bolster. Hey, cool. That'll be awesome. I'll be there. Just let me know when. What are you going to do for your first live stream, buddy? Going to do some forging. Oh, electrical engineering. Fair enough. Yeah, I'll watch it anyway. I'm always interested in learning new things. Yeah, that's a bugger. Alright. I hate doing this. I really hate dipping this. Yeah. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to look around aimlessly for a minute until I spot the thing that's right in front of me. And I'm going to tape up the blade. This is one time that I'm directly applying tape to the blade and the handle, because I will not be leaving this on for long. Yeah, man, that's why I've got the tape on the blade and the handle. Just takes a steady hand. The really exciting bit comes when I have to bullnose this again. Yeah, you can hear in the background, can you? Yeah, unfortunately I broke down and told her, so she knows what's coming. That's the noise of a man who knows he's just screwed up. It's alright, it's not unfixable. It was just I just tapped the blade with a just tapped the blade with the file. Now I'm just bullnosing it again with my sandpaper. And then we'll take the masking tape off. Well, the fit looks better. Except the blade's sitting to one side. Anyway. Need more tape. Oh dear. Alright. Grab some 800 grit. Tiny bit of 800 grit. Pucker factor 9,000 right now. I don't like that. I don't like that. How do I fix it? I know how to fix it. Popsicle sticks in the knife making world are incredibly useful, and I picked up a whole bunch of these from an arts and crafts store. You can use them for so many different things. For instance, right now I'm creating a sanding stick. A beveled sanding stick with almost a knife edge. And this is going to let me get into that little crevasse underneath the handle block. Yeah, unfortunately, the edge of a knife, there's not much you can do to protect it completely. Just using this to, I'll bring the camera closer. The little gap between the guard body and the the handle. I want to round over that guard, which is very hard to do if you haven't got a tool to do it. And I can do the top of it with the same tool. But it's attention to detail like this that makes a decent knife. Okay. Let's see how bad the damage is. You can barely tell. I just tapped it. So what I've got to do now is retape and go to the buffer. Yeah, well, I take my inspiration from guys like Jerry Fisk and Kyle Royer. Those guys spend hundreds of hours on their knives to get the finish that they go for. And they will literally start a whole project over again if they make one tiny little mistake. I'm going to tape up the blade a little bit. Because there's a chance, I'm hoping that I don't, but there is a chance that I could send this spinning off the buffing wheel. And I'm hoping that I don't damage the handle, but that should prevent it from going through my foot if it does. Everyone is capable of my level of patience, man. Don't put yourself down. Developing patience. Yeah, lost the stream. Was in the wrong spot. Sorry, guys. Hey, Bryant. How's it going? You're on but forging. Well, that's good. Forging is always good. I'm on but, you know, puckering my butthole. But I think I'm done. Alright. Hey, a knife. Cool. I know something about knives. Somewhat. A little bit. Some days. Sometimes. I think I do. I don't know. Where am I again? Never mind. It's the old timers disease getting to me. Why so stubborn? Right, so that's a terps problem rather than a acetone problem. Cool. But that's the finished dagger. Finished skin do. It's actually really nice. It's actually really nice in the hand too. It feels really good. Happy with that. So that'll go inside, get another coat of Danish oil. Need to do your grinds. Well, you send it to me, man, and I'll grind it for you. Can't promise that my grinds will be any better than yours. My grinds are terrible at the best of times. All right. So we have, give it a, terps bath, and then coat the blade in oil and wrap it. A hip hop, a hippity doo hitty. It's my wrap. My wrapping wrap. Oh, methylated spirits. Where's my tips? Oh, there it is. While it's true that, you know, good tooling can help with good grinds and stuff like that, the main thing that gives you a good grind is that keyword, patience and dedication. Two keywords, I suppose. Yeah, I just ripped it right off. Yeah, I've used angle grinders to make bevels before. I've also used files to make bevels before. That auto hormone is really cool. I want to see if I can give you guys a view of the auto hormone. See that? The splotches on the blade. That is really cool. Me likey the auto hormone. If you guys haven't switched the view to 720p, you might want to if you want to see that kind of stuff. And why is it an auto hormone and not just a hormone? Because I didn't put clay or anything like that on it. That's just from the quench. I must have removed it just a tad too early. but that is totally okay. So yeah, that's the finished Ski and Do. Hey, cool, Bryant. All right. I'm gonna wrap that up. I don't think there's going to be time for sheaths. Ain't nobody got time for that. Yeah. Go full Scott. Wouldn't want to wear this in stockings without the sheath. Actually, technically, it's a scabbard. Oh yeah, yeah. Dagger grinds are always a pain in the butt. That's why I don't do many of them. Time for some tongue oil. And then clamp it out of the way so that it can dry for a bit. And after about half an hour, I'll wipe off the excess, let that dry. Whew. All right. Man, I'm going to get high off all these fumes that I've got around me. Yes, tongue oil. It's T-U-N-G, tongue. It's a nut, actually, tongue nut. Tongue nut oil. It's It's a natural oil. It's a naturally hardening oil. It's a beautiful naturally hardening oil. No one nutted on my tongue, Alex. Not today, anyway. Oh, you know what I've done? I've done the silly, and I've used all of my freaking quick grip clamps. I think I might have one spare in the workshop. Ugh. Big beefy quick grip. That's not a quick grip. This is a quick grip. Nice metal quick grip. Yep. Yeah, she's a good one. Bit bigger than those Irwin ones. Bit stouter as well. Being that it's metal rather than plastic. Yeah. Yeah, I'll try and, in the future, I think I'm going to make my streams in the mornings. Unfortunately, streaming at night time is easier for me. But I will definitely endeavour to make my streams morning streams. Won't be as good for my Australian viewers, but oh well. My poor underappreciated moderator. Yes, that's true. Unless you have a wife that insists on waking you up. actually going to go to 1200 on this, so... Well, it's true. Yes, having your own toilet's really nice. In my workshop, I practically have an ensuite. It's the one that no one in this house uses. Yeah. Never really liked pooping in work toilets. Yeah. That's the one. My least favorite part of that was knowing that the boss was watching the clock waiting for you to come out. Nothing makes things more... Really? Oh my god. Ugh. No. That's no. That's just... That's no. No! Yeah, I think I'm with you, Daniel. Just what? No, you really didn't have to, Bryant. You really didn't. I was quite happy without knowing, well, without having that that image in my mind. Oh, Jesus. That's it, mod. Drop the ban hammer. Drop the ban hammer. Give you tools for a reason. Use them. Just kidding. No banning Bryant. Turns out the mods can only ban people, they can't unban people. So if you banned him, I'd have to unban him myself, which means I'd have to stop the stream. And that sounds like an awful lot of work. Very welcome, Brian. Can you give timeouts? I'm not sure if you can. Is that on the list of moderators' duties? I think I can give timeouts. Oh, there you go. Wonder if I can give my moderators timeouts. I probably should be. I probably can. Should keep that in mind just in case. Fair enough. But with great power comes great responsibility. You know, if you're not being appropriately sycophantic and laughing at all my jokes, then I might have to give you a timeout. Wow. Jesus. I've created a monster. Well, that's 800. Just ahead of the curve, sure. That's a quote from something, and I can't remember what it is. Yeah, I'm still on, Billy. Has Roy's stream finished, has it? Ah, that's correct. Dark Knight. There you go. I'm a dog chasing cars. I wouldn't want to know what to do with one if I caught it. Good old Heath. Damn shame. It was from my neck of the woods, actually. Not to the 30,000. Well, this is true. Ah, fair enough, Billy. That was more of a joking question than a serious one. I was I was assuming that people watching Roy's stream, and rightly so, far more entertaining and educational than my streams. We've come back to being a hand-sanding stream for a moment. But it's all happening this week. We already have one handle done. Two handles sitting in glue up, ready for shaping. And when I finish hand sanding this, yeah, no way he was. I'm hoping to make some money. Right? I'm really hoping. There's no guarantee. Kind of relies on people actually paying for this crap that I'm making. Well, I'm glad you're learning something. Even if it is about don't eat the mints in the toilet. Learning all the important details today. No worries, mate. Just because the mod is gone doesn't mean you guys can misbehave. Not that you were behaving in the first place, so I suppose the warning goes unheard anyway. We'll have to find someone else to make a mod as well for when Valhalla can't make it. Well, you never know, it might not sell at the show, so it might still be available afterwards. There's always a chance. And I do custom commissions, so if you ever want to order a knife off me, you can send me an email and we'll chat about what you want. Always happy to do custom commissions. I actually have a custom commission for a broken back sea axe that I've got to start right after the knife show. Oh, bollocks. Oh. Yeah, this is true. Yes, it's unfortunate. Oh well. Glad to know someone would want it. by. Man, it's got 8. That's it. Alright, I think that's the 800 grit finished with. Good timing. Just ran that one dry. So, onto the 1200. Yeah, I would. Well, we'd have to talk about what kind of design you want and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I do custom commissions. And if you're sending me most of the materials, then all you'd have to do is pay for my work. And tooling. That's good, because tooling doesn't cost much. Well, that's not entirely necessary. But, I'd appreciate it. But if you're hoping that I'd take that in lieu of payment, unfortunately I have to tell you, much as I like making knives, unless I'm getting paid for them, it's not really paying my bills. Yes. Tooling and 80 pounds of sandpaper, that's correct. Although I sandpaper is part of my tooling, so... God, I forgot how crap this Flexibit stuff is. So it always seems to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone. This 1200 grit can fucking suck my ass. That's all good, Daniel. I was just making sure. I have had people in the past say, hey, I'll send you material and you can make me a knife. And then I've kind of gone, yeah, sure, that'll be X, Y, Z. And they've gone, oh, no. I enjoy many different kinds of music, Bryant. I enjoy both kinds, both country and western. I don't discriminate. God, I need to get Rhino wet in 1200. This is killing me. Dear Lord. No, I enjoy many different kinds of music. A little bit of pop, a little bit of R&B, bit of rock, lots of country, lots of western. But yeah, no, I do enjoy many different kinds of music. Actually, one of my favorites at the moment is Three Wooden Crosses, the Josh Turner version. And I'm a big fan of Colter Wall and Tyler Childers. Well, we do. A couple. Yeah. Well, I'm sitting here wishing I didn't need the fan. A farmer and a teacher, a hooker and a preacher, sitting on a Greyhound bus bound from Mexico. One's headed for vacation, one for higher education, and two of them searching for a lost soul. Well, Greyhound driver didn't see the stop sign, and 18-wheelers can't stop on a dime. Now there are 3 wooden crosses on the right side of the highway. Why there's not 4 of them, heaven only knows. It's not what you take when you leave this world behind you, it's what you leave behind you when you go. Well, yeah, I suppose I'll have to disagree with you on that one. We'll have to agree to disagree. Farmer left a harvest, home on 80 acres. Left the love of growing things in his young son's heart. The teacher left her wisdom in the minds of lots of children, giving them all a better start. And the preacher said, can't you see the promised land? As he laid his blood-stained Bible in that hooker's hand. Now there are 3 wooden crosses on the right side of the highway. Why there's not 4 of them, heaven only knows. So at the moment I'm using RP7 or WD-40. Yeah, KY jelly. But normally when I'm doing my foundation sanding, I'll be using water and dish soap or Windex. But yeah, when I'm doing my finish sanding, I like to use WD-40 because it means that the underside of the blade won't rust while I'm sanding the other side. I think I'm about to chuck it into this 1200. Poopy. Need to invest in some 1200 grit Rhino Wet if I'm going to do 1200 grit finishes, because this is driving me insane. Oh dear. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. I'm good. I'm gonna have to get 800. God, my back is hurt. Neck. My neck, my back. No one finished that sentence in the comments, or YouTube will demonetize me. Ben gets it. Marvel's Mystery. I haven't seen it. It's not to say it isn't here, but I have not seen it advertised. Oh dear. Did you enjoy your trip? Does sound kind of snake oily, doesn't it? Their enemies? We're enemies. Wide blades are always a pain to sand. Fair enough. I'll have to keep an eye out for it. All right. Focus level 9001. It's over 9,000! Whew! It's always the most interesting moment of hand sanding is doing the final strokes. Getting it all straight. See if I missed anything. As you can see, nice and shiny. Nice and even. This side has yet to be finished. So that's finished. That's unfinished. Hey, welcome back, Valhalla. That's the one, man. Alright. Okay. So originally I was going to do 1200 grit on this, but I gave up because Flexovit sucks. And I forgot how much it sucks. So we're back to the 800 grit on the Rhino Wet. Because Rhino Wet is awesome. Yeah, well, that was the kind of the finish I was going for, was as a kind of mix of shiny and forge finish. I do like forge textures, so it's funny. I've kind of been developing my style over the last couple of years, and I'm fairly certain of what my style is. And most of these blades aren't it. No decorative file work. I don't do decorative file work. Like, my eventual aim is to specialize in historical recreational bladesmithing. So, Renaissance, pre-Renaissance, all the way up to, Wild West, World War One, World War Two, that kind of stuff. Because that's where my interests really lie. Knives. Knives, swords, that kind of thing. Sit down. I may be holding a competition to name a line that I'm going to start running. Line of knives. Or a line of style of knife. I'm going to start making knives in this style. The very rough finish. This is the Skyrim dagger from my Skyrim Taggart challenge. All hand finished. Leaving the forged in bevels, file marks, that kind of thing. Nice rough handles and stuff like that. I really like the aesthetic of it. These aren't competition blades, I wouldn't put this in for judging, but I really like the aesthetic of these kinds of knives. So I will be making a line of knives in this style. So not just, daggers, but yeah, in this style. So making Bowie knives, fighting knives, daggers. The competition hasn't started, no way yet. No way. I'll probably run it I'll probably run it through both my YouTube and my Instagram accounts, and maybe my Facebook account as well. And I might work out something for the winner. Nope, no way, I can't enter. Nope. And although you're a moderator, Alex, you're not allowed to mute people who have better ideas than you. Well, when the competition goes up, I'll actually post a video with the title, name this line of knives, and then you can comment your suggestion down below. I'll probably run it for a month or something. Give people an opportunity to get their opinion out there. Yeah, it'd look a little suspicious. What's the time? Who voices what? Right? What is it? Dragons? Their opinion. Oh, well. Opinionated folks voice their opinion. I voice my opinion all the time because I'm incredibly opinionated. All who enter, abandon all hope. All ye who enter here. If anyone can tell me, I already know, but if anyone can tell me who the where that original quote comes from, I'd be very impressed. It'd make a really interesting tramp stamp, don't you think? That's terrible. Whoa. It was very good. Very good. Your Google skills are great. Yeah, that's it. Some things bleach just can't cure. Yeah, no. Dante was a bit dry, he was. Yeah, no, I was joking. I figured you'd read it. You were too quick to have Googled it. You hope to be what, Bill? Sorry, mate, that was a bit confusing. Not sure what you hope to be. Always here? You hope to always be here? It was just a really weird way to structure the sentence. Sorry. Ah, right. Yeah, fair enough. I don't. The guy can't sing. Time for a little hand sanding show off again. The Rhino Wet isn't as clean as Norton Black Ice, but it'll do. All the sanding marks are going in the same direction, and they're all relatively clean. Not biased at all. No, of course not. It's not like it's in your name or anything. Stream is dying? Why is the stream dying? Who killed the stream? Alex, I blame you. The stream never had any issues until I made you moderator. God dang it. Distorting space. Yeah, that's exactly the problem. Oh, there it is. That could be the problem there, mate. You might just be moving too much. I was thinking, Alex, you should develop a disease that, makes you have ants come out of your eyes. And then you could call it Norton's antivirus. Ha ha ha. Shows the close up while I'm going over the double jump. Yeah, I suppose, mate. I suppose it could be a little bit out of your field of expertise. Ah, unloading the loader. Right, fair enough. Don't get yourself in trouble. Brain computer interfaces, that would be cool. So I'll make a more maker specific knife maker specific joke. If you're doing some pot, does that mean you're Norton Blaze? Ha 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 ha! I crack me up. Well, if that's true, mate, can you send me some? Because seriously, I need more Norton Blaze in my life. I actually was more talking about the actual belts. Norton Blaze grinding belts, man. Come on, get your head out of the toilet. I don't know, I can make him smoke, for sure. You forget, I have a fire ant. I can make any belt smoke. No, I haven't. That would be cool. That would be very cool. Alright, lads and ladies. I'm gonna love and leave you. That'll be nice. Swipe, swipe, swipe. Alright. Yeah, that would be really cool. No worries, mate. I will probably be back this afternoon, from about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock rock. No, I'll probably be around 1:30, 2 o'clock. I'll be back, and we'll be doing some work on the kitchen knife handle. And yeah, so that'll be in approximately a couple hours. So it's 11:40 now. So call it 2 hours, and I'll be back on and have lunch. Take a break. You guys take care of yourselves. If I don't see you then, have a nice day or a night or whatever. And yeah.